Hello, and welcome to Aubrey Books and Coffee. Please grab your favorite beverage of choice and join me. So it's September. I am excited. I love the fall. It's my favorite time of the year, not to mention my birthday's next month in October. So of course I love this time of year, right? Plus it cools off and you get to pull out all your cute sweaters and scarves and you get to cuddle up under a blanket and read a good book by a fire. I may be romanticizing it, but I'm excited. I can't wait for the fall. Bring it on. Plus all that yummy, yummy goodies. You get candles that smell like pumpkins. And if you're into any kind of pumpkin flavored stuff, they have all kinds of coffees and things that come out this time of year. So I'm excited. And so of course, also being the 1st of September, it means we get to do some rolls. So without further ado, let's get started.
Okay, welcome to September's rolls. So first I'm going to grab my 12-sided die this time and see how many rolls I'm going to do. Looks like I'm going to have 9 rolls. All right. First roll is a book. And so when I grab my card, the book prompt is to fulfill a bingo square.
Okay, so the first roll that we got in prompt was for filling out my bingo square. And the last square that I have on my bingo card for the year, believe it or not, is a science fiction novel. So I chose Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow by Gabrielle Zevin.
Okay, roll number 2 is a coffee cup. So I grab my prompt here and get your scare on.
Okay, so our second prompt is to get your scare on. And I'm actually really glad that this came up because I actually got a book from Book of the Month box and it came in and I'm excited to read it and it fits it perfectly. And it is Girl Forgotten by Karen Slaughter.
Okay, roll number 3 is a roll again, and we've not done a glass of wine yet, so I choose a glass of wine. And the prompt says Instant Love.
Okay, so the next prompt was Instant Love. And I know there may be some of you out there that disagree with my pick on this, but I am reading through the Jane Austen novels, and I really feel like Fanny Price had instant love with Edmund, even if it took him a while to agree.
Okay, roll number 4 is a roll again. Okay, well, we've also not had a cookie. So let's take a look. Black and white cover.
Okay, so our next prompt was for a black and white cover, and I'm so excited about this, guys, because I actually showed this in a box I unboxed, but I'm choosing Babel. Oh my gosh, by R.F. Kuang.
Okay, roll number 5 is a coffee cup. And the prompt is an audiobook.
The next prompt is for an audiobook, and I have had a certain book on my Audible account for a long time. Never fully listened to it because I just didn't want the adventure to end. But I'm finally going to finish it this month, you guys. The Throne of Glass, Kingdom of Ash by Sarah J. Maas.
Okay, roll number 6 is a wine glass. And the prompt says graphic novel and a coffee break. Whoop, whoop.
Our next prompt is for a graphic novel. And so I am really excited, like you heard with the roll, because that means I get to continue now with the Solo Leveling series, Book 2 by Qigong.
Okay, we've got to do our coffee break. Oh, hope it's a good one. We've not been getting some good ones lately. We've been getting some no coffees. Oh, free coffee. Yes, please. And what does the free coffee say? It says swap one prompt for another. All right, let's do rule number 7. And it's a coffee. And it says newest publication date.
Okay, the next prompt is for newest publication date, and one of the books that was in a new book box I've been wanting to read anyway. So this is kind of perfect. I chose Violet Made of Thorns by Gina Chen.
Okay, rule number 8 is another coffee cup. The prompt is to have a translated work.
Okay, so this prompt was a translated work, which I actually do not currently have one that fits that prompt. Thankfully, my coffee break allows me to swap, so I did. And one of the other prompts was to continue a series that I had already started. And so I chose Kingdom of the Feared, that's coming out later this month by Carrie Maniscalco. I'm sorry, I'm terrible with names.
And our very last and 9th rule is a wine glass, which says most anticipated read.
So the prompt was most anticipated read, and since I'd already used Kingdom of the Feared, the second one I'm really looking forward to coming out later this month is The Ballad of Never After by Stephanie Garber. This is the sequel to Once Upon a Broken Heart. If any of you have read that, the sequel's coming out, and I cannot wait to continue that story.
Okay, now it's time to get a TBR book from the apothecary jar. Oh, I'm always so excited for these. All right, let's see if we can't dig out one, and let's take a look. And it looks like the 5th season series by N.K. Jemisin. So I'm gonna have to look into that and see what the first book is.
Okay, so you guys got to see those rolls and my picks for that. I hope that some of them inspire you to look into them this month as well. Speaking of doing that, I have added to the TBR 9 rolls that I had there in the apothecary jar pick, a book that came in one of my book boxes. I was really excited about wanting to read it. Didn't really fit any of my prompts, but one of the subscribers, Priscilla, said that she'd be interested in reading it with me, and then we would just chat on Instagram once a week and kind of discuss our chapters and what we thought of it so far. So kind of a from across the land kind of internet book club. And so I'm excited about this. I've never done one like this before. It's always been in person for me because I'm analog and old school. So we'll see. I'm hoping it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm hoping, Priscilla, that you enjoy it as well. The book that we're going to be doing, so you guys can feel free to read it as well if you have access to it, will be The Drowned Woods by Emily Lloyd Jones. If you'll recall, I got 2 copies of this actually in 2 different book boxes. So it's a I need to read it kind of situation. So she and I are excited about that. More on that at the end of the month. Then I also, of course, got the Once Upon a Book Club August book box. As you know, I do my Once Upon a Book Club videos separate from this. So do stay tuned to see the review of that. But I have to add that to my TBR, and that one is Cake Eater by Allison Dolan. And then September also is the month for Becca and the Books. I'm going to put her picture up here somewhere. If you'll recall, I love her YouTube channel. Highly recommend her. She's got a lot of energy. She has professional equipment. She's a beautiful, beautiful young woman. Totally check her out. She is so much fun. Well, she likes to do readathons, of course, don't we all? And the one that she does in September has to do with her Bookopoly game. And so it's Bookopolathon, I believe is how it's pronounced. So I'm going to be playing that this month. So there should be some extra books getting added as I go. But the very first one I rolled and landed on was The Atlas 6 by Olivia Blake. I'm finally going to get to read this. There have been so many bookish items that have come in book boxes, and I just kept saying, I haven't read it yet. I haven't read it yet. Won't be what I have to say starting this month. Also, I wanted to put it on an announcement. I'm going to start doing a top 3 books I'm looking forward to the most this month, because I just seem to drop the ball on those. Like, I don't even know they're coming out, and they're books I'm so excited about. Well, you already know about the first one, which comes out on September the 13th, and that's because I used it as one of my picks, and that's The Ballad of Never After, the sequel to Once Upon a Broken Heart. The second one that I know of that comes out is on September 27th, and that again I chose as one of my books, Kingdom of the Feared, which is a part of that Kingdom of the Wicked trilogy. Super excited about that one. I don't have a date for this third one. It's called Spells for Forgetting by Adrienne Young. I just know it comes out this month. And if you don't recall, Adrienne Young is the one that wrote the Fable series that I have loved so much. So I'm really looking forward to this. The little description that I read online sounds fantastic. I cannot wait to pick this up and let you guys know at the end of the month how it was. Also, because I got called out by Red Caboose, of course, I'm going to be adding in books that are inspired, the bookish items are inspired by, and the actual books that go inside the boxes. So again, I average around 20 on a good month, and sometimes I can go as high as 25 or 26. It just depends on how many I can get through Audible devices versus physical reads. So we'll see. But end of the month, I should have at least 20 for you guys, and a lot of newbies in there too. And I think it's just going to be a really fun month, you guys. And I don't know about you, but I've got a lot more energy, it seems, going into the fall than I had over the summer. So oh, before I forget, of course, I need to show you the writing rolls.
Okay, now we're going to go on to the writing prompts, which I always use a 6-sided die for. And it looks like we're going to have 4. Okay, well that's not so bad. So the first roll is a peppermint. And the peppermint says, listen to 2 writer podcasts. Okay, and prompt number 2 will be a roll again. So I choose a cookie. I like my cookies. And it says to write 2,000 words. And roll number 3 is the cookie that I wanted. And it says organize the social media blogs. For real, guys, I'm sorry I've dropped the ball on this. I need to do this. And our last roll is a cookie again. So we were all about the cookies while writing. Audiobook on writing.
So there you go. Thankfully, nothing too complicated. I totally have it handled. I have chosen 2 of those podcasts for that prompt. The first one is Am Writing. I have heard so many good things about this podcast, and that specifically they had a whole summer-long session on how to develop your chapters and your story arc and things like that. So I'm really excited to tapping into that one. The second one was Six Figure Authors. Now this one, I know that they're not making any new content anymore, and they kind of gave a disclaimer about that on their last one that they uploaded. But I'm still excited. There's a lot of people on there that seem to be a part of the main group that was recording, as well as authors that they interviewed that had a lot of good advice. I'm not looking to be a 6-figure author, but it'd be nice if I could pay my bills. So I feel like that's a good one for me to check out. And then writing 2,000 words isn't a problem. I still haven't wrapped up book number 3, so I need to get on that. And so encouraging me to write is good. My beta readers do have book 2 in their hands coming. And so I'm excited to get back their critique and what they thought of book 2 so I can get that puppy rolling out. The third prompt, talk about a major conviction for me, because I have had at least once, I know of, a prompt to get this blog out there, and I still haven't even gotten one blog done. My punishment is going to be a reward for you guys, because you have faithfully believed in me and hung out with me and encouraged me. And so I'm going to have to think about this. But I know it's going to be something like a fun little short story, and I'm going to include some of your guys' names in it. So you will be a part of my world and my writing, history that I have. And then the fourth prompt, of course, was for the audiobook, and the book I chose to listen to on Audible was Right to Market by Chris Fox. I am excited to listen to this. It comes highly recommended. Again, I'm not trying to make millions with my writing. I mean, for heaven's sakes, it's aimed for middle school, young adult author, readers. So I'm not looking to be the next Stephen King, but I would, again, like to pay my bills. And so I want to make sure I can market it properly. And I heard this book was the way to do that. So stay tuned, because I'm hoping, like I said, to release my first novel sometime in the spring next year, and then the second one sometime in the fall next year. And then I hope to do 2 novels every year after that. So wish me luck. Thank you guys for joining me. Please stay tuned, send your friends, like, subscribe, comment below so we can keep in touch, and I'll see you later.